Hey everyone, my name is David Dunbar, or the Theme Park Evangelist. I decided to use my phone for this YouTube video because I'm actually going to do a special at home video before I go out later and YouTube the Creation Museum like I promised you guys. But this was something I actually came up with at work yesterday, was a little quiet. Um, I was thinking about doing a top 10 Disney World quick service restaurant list. One of the restaurants is no longer a restaurant. It closed down about a year ago, but it still is in my top 10, and it always will be, and I miss it. I was going to do a past and current one, but there is thankfully enough Disney World. I don't mean just parks, I mean outside the parks too. Disney World quick service restaurants that I like in general. So, with that being said, I am going to begin the list, and I'll be doing like a bunch of clips. So, like, don't let that bother you or anything. And I'm gonna see if I can do like number 10, number 9, and so on and so forth. I'm actually gonna start backwards. I'm gonna do 1 all the way to 10, and hopefully that makes any sense. So here it is. As weird as this is gonna sound, this is my top 10 favorite Disney World quick service restaurants, and I'll have this probably uploaded tonight. I'll have probably have both this YouTube video and my Creation Museum YouTube video done by the same time, like edited and everything. So yeah, that will be fun. Anyway, let's begin. So for number 1, we're gonna go with Flametree Barbecue. So of course I chose to use my phone so I could use my laptop to see what I'm looking at because I'm not gonna be able to remember it. There's no way. Um, so I chose Flametree Barbecue intentionally. Give me 1 second actually while I pause it. Yeah, I forgot to pull up the menu for it. I should probably do that every single time I'm about to talk about that restaurant. So yeah, the reason why chose Flametree Barbecue for number 1 is because of the fact that I'm a huge barbecue fan, and yes, they are the most expensive probably of all the quick service restaurants, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, a lot of people would probably say Be Our Guest is number 1 because of the atmosphere and because of the fact that yes, it is a quick service restaurant for like breakfast and lunch, and then it turns into a sit down restaurant for dinner. And I've never been to Be Our Guest before, so I can't really say that one. My mom has eaten at Be Our Guest, and she said she really liked it. But yeah, I still need to eat there. But anyway, I've eaten at Flametree Barbecue quite a few times. I've actually worked there myself. It's going to be one of my YouTube videos I'm going to talk about with my Life is Working Disney cast member series as I come to a close. As I'm now going into my finishing videos as I talk about working at EPCOT, and then I'll throw on the surprise vlogs basically as I talk about how I worked at Animal Kingdom and all that fun stuff. So yeah, that kind of happened, I think, in 2018, but I don't mind backtracking because those are the add-on vlogs that I promised you guys that I would talk about. But yeah, I really love Flame Tree Barbecue as a guest. They serve a half chicken, which is basically marinated slow smoked chicken served with signature baked beans and coleslaw. Don't mind me if I'm not always looking at the camera. I wanted to. There's some that I really want to read to you guys because even though I just ate nachos, it doesn't mean that it's not going to make me hungry or whatever. So, I'm reading this and I'm just like, whoa, that sounds so good right now. I wouldn't mind barbecue myself, but you know how that is. Here's another one that a friend of mine that I used to work with at Disney highly recommended. It's a baked macaroni and cheese with pulled pork. It's topped with smoked pulled pork, onion rings, and coleslaw. Like, who would have ever thought that would sound good? But ironically, it's really, really good. So, That just gives you an idea of what to get there. But yeah, anyway, that's just pretty much a good idea of what they sell. Um, they also sell like really, really, really good ribs, and they have a lot of alcohol, which I was surprised by. I was looking at their drinks, and I couldn't believe how expensive they're getting. Like, check this out: for a large, like soft drink, it's $4.50. I don't remember it ever being that expensive before. I'm just like, what the heck, man? Like when did it ever get that expensive? A water bottle is $3.50. The Ark Encounter and the Creation Museum sell a water bottle for $2.43, which is still expensive, but not compared to Disney prices. And they sell Dasani water bottles. The Ark Encounter and the Creation Museum sell Pepsi products, so Aquafina. But anyway, that's it for my number one. Number two. So number two is going to be Cosmic Ray Starlight Cafe. Um, the reason why I picked Cosmic Ray Starlight Cafe. I cannot talk. For number two is because of mainly the atmosphere. Not really so much the food per se, but the atmosphere. Cosmic Ray Starlight Cafe, as far as I know, opened with the Magic Kingdom back in 1971, so it should turn 50 years old this year. As you guys know, I'm not going to the 50th this year. I might try to go a month later in November, but we'll see what happens. Um, that's what I'm aiming for right now, anyway. TJ said he might be able to get the time off in November. Ironically, I got invited to a wedding in July, but unfortunately, it's kind of one of those weird times when I might be moving, and unfortunately, we're about to go into our busy season versus November. There's more of a chance of me getting the time off, not to mention I'll have the money. Once again, it's one of those difficult situations that I can't, guarantee that I'll be able to go. So, anyway, that being said, Cosmic Ray Starlight Cafe has a lot of like really good hamburger and hot dog options. Let's just check this out. So, um, my personal favorite from Cosmic Rays is a 1/3 pound Angus cheeseburger, flame broiled 1/3 pound Angus burger topped with American cheese, lettuce, and tomato on a brioche bun, served with a choice of side. And that's $12.29. If I'm not mistaken, there's like four different stations or whatever that you can go to at Cosmic Ray Starlight Cafe, and you can get like all kinds of stuff. They serve fries and of course your soft drinks. And the only way you can sit in the whole area with Sunny Eclipse is if you buy Disney food. It is the largest Disney World quick service restaurant, if I'm not mistaken, on property. It can hold up to 1,000 people. Technically speaking, you can't really eat inside anymore, even if you do have a packed lunch. That's why they opened up that whole outdoor area. Prior to that, you could technically bring in your packed lunch. Some cast members are nice and will say, sure, you can bring in your, lunch inside the restaurant, and but yeah, technically or generally speaking, that's why they had the new outdoor section that they built about 2-3 years ago. I'm gonna go 3 years ago, and it has fans and everything. It's all completely covered. I mean, it's a little hot outside, but still, yeah, I can understand why they would rather have you bring your packed lunch out there. That way, you're not in the way of all the paying guests, especially when it gets busier again. But that's my number two. Number three is ABC Commissary. I used to go here all the time, along with an old favorite of mine, which would be Studio Catering Company. So, Studio Catering Company was completely outdoors, other than the fact that it was undercover. So, you wouldn't get wet from the rain. Studio Catering Company closed down a number of years ago to make way for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. and that was over by Lassenberg's Action. But ABC Commissary is still around. It's on Commissary Lane between Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and Sci-Fi Dining Theater. So that gives you an idea of where it is. I don't believe it's still a quick service restaurant from my understanding. I think it's now a sit-down restaurant, unless they do what they do of Be Our Guest, which is lunch. It's a quick service restaurant. At dinner, it's a sit-down restaurant. But I heard they do have soda fountains inside the restaurant now. I remember when the restaurant went through a major refurbishment back a couple of years ago because I heard it on the internet. And I was like, oh, they're finally doing something, so now guests can go and get their cups refilled. So I have not been to, whatever you call it, ABC Commissary in a couple of years now. I actually walked past it about a couple of months ago, but I never actually went in there, and I did kind of look inside. It looked about the same, so maybe nothing changed with it. It's hard to say, but I mean, otherwise, ABC Commissary was one of my personal favorites because you could actually bring in your pack to lunch, and they never said anything to you. Even though it was a very busy restaurant, there was a restroom inside of it. It was like off to the left, and they actually shared a restroom with Sci-Fi Dining Theater. So I thought that was kind of cool. I never really stopped and thought about that, but yeah, it was kind of nice to get it out of the heat, the Florida heat, and especially during like weekends. I almost said Stars Galaxy's Edge. There was an event called Star Wars Weekends. I actually did a YouTube video on that. If you want to check that out, actually a couple of them. And later on, when I'm editing it, I'll try to have it in the top right corner, so you guys can check it out. I actually pulled out a lot of my old stuff from over the years that when I went, like all of my autographs and my brother's autographs. It was all at home vlogs, so I also used some of my photos and all that kind of fun stuff, maybe some even footage from the events. I put a lot of effort into it. I was surprised it didn't get any more attention than it did, but I thought it was a really cool video. But anyway, that was actually filmed about a year ago when I was still living in Ellesmere, but you know how that is. Anyway, so let's get into talking about ABC Commissary. So, my personal favorite food item to get at ABC Commissary would probably be, well, considering what I'm looking at right now, it looks like this is the new menu for the sit-down restaurant, but you know, back then it was like a barbecue chicken sandwich. Because I was looking at this, I was like, that's not the menu I remember. So it really has changed, that's for sure. And I remember I would get this like barbecue rib sandwich, and I thought it was like really, really good, you know. And I would get fries, and then I would go over into the topping station. I would put like tons of honey mustard and barbecue sauce with my food, and I have all this leftover sauce afterwards. But yeah, I really enjoyed going there. Anyway, that was number 3. Number 4 is Leaning Palms over at Typhoon Lagoon. So, Leaning Palms is one of my favorites to go to whenever I go to the water parks, if not my personal favorite, between um, Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon. I always really liked going to Leaning Palms, and I always love the chicken fingers, and they have some really good sandwiches. I don't really need to see the menu offhand. Also, there really is no menu for me to look at, so I don't need to look at my laptop for this one. But I always loved like sitting underneath the awning and just enjoying my food. I always thought it was fun having the animals come and visit me, trying to steal my food, and like especially like the seagulls or birds, and I'm just like, really, like I'm trying to eat my meal here, like leave me alone, you know. I mean, honestly, if it came down to it, I like Blizzard Beach better than Typhoon Lagoon. Most people would be like, no, I like Typhoon Lagoon better because they like the giant wave pool. Overall, I do like Blizzard Beach better. I think it's better themed. It's got a better I'm sorry, not Waypool. It's got a better lazy river, and it's got the better water slides in my opinion. The what I like about Typhoon Lagoon better overall is not just the tropical theme to it, but also the fact that it's got Crush and Gusher. That's like the best part about Typhoon Lagoon. Like most people overall would say Typhoon Lagoon is the better water park, and I can understand why. But yeah, I do like one thing about Typhoon Lagoon better than Blizzard Beach, like hands down. Even though, I mean, besides what I just mentioned, Crush and Gusher and the Wave Pool, which I can't disagree that those two overall are better about Typhoon Lagoon. But I do like their the restaurant over there, the quick service restaurant, much better than Blizzard Beach. And speaking of Blizzard Beach, for number five, number five is Avalunch. Avalunch is the quick service restaurant, the main quick service restaurant of Blizzard Beach. And I always enjoyed, going over there as well for food. Both Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon sell pretty much the same thing almost. Both of them also serve the ice cream in a pail. I actually tried my very first ice cream in a pail at Blizzard Beach, even though both parks sell it. I didn't try it until I got to Blizzard Beach. Now you're probably wondering what is ice cream in a pail. Um, just to help you guys out, I will screenshot a picture of ice cream in a pail and I will insert it into the video for you guys so that way you actually know what I'm talking about. I had to describe it to my college pastor Alan, who I went to the Cincinnati Zoo with last Christmas. And I was like, yeah, it's basically soft serve ice cream in a pail. That's the best way to put it. But yeah, you can actually Google search ice cream in a pail Disney and it will be right there. But yeah, I'm still going to insert it into the video because I really want you guys to see it. And I wouldn't say I eat at Avalunch or I ate at Avalunch as much as I ate at whatever you call it again, the Leaning Palms restaurant. But I still enjoyed it. I mean, it was a pretty good restaurant overall. But anyway, with that being said, let's move on to number six. So, as I mentioned earlier, this restaurant does not exist anymore, and I had to do a little bit of digging to find the menu. But yeah, I pulled through. This is a restaurant that closed about a year or two ago. It's called Electric Umbrella. It really should not be included in this list, but I included it anyway. So Electric Umbrella was one of the two Disney World quick service restaurants at the time, besides Backlot Express, of course, that you could actually go and fill up your cup, with as much soda as you wanted, and then you would just bring it back to the table, and whenever you want more, you just go back and go get more. Anyway, with that being said, Electric Umbrella had like basically metal or metallic umbrellas or whatever outside to give it that theme. I ate there a couple of times. They had anywhere from healthy to like burger options. My personal favorite over there was a 1/3 pound Angus cheeseburger. It was a flame broiled Angus burger topped with melted American cheese served with French fries. And of course, as I mentioned, they did have like sandwiches and salads, and of course, they had the soft drink option. I actually watched Illuminations one time from inside the restaurant. That just shows how long it's been since I've eaten there. I think that was the last time I ate at Electric Umbrella. But the last time I was inside of Electric Umbrella was within the past couple of years. I went there just for ice water, and I'm gonna miss it. I used to actually clean the restroom in there a couple of times when I was working at EPCOT as a janitor, custodian, whatever. But yeah, oh, I'm sure some of us are gonna miss Electric Umbrella. It was a good place. But let's now move on to number seven. Number 7 is Blaze Pizza. Blaze Pizza over at Disney Springs. So Blaze Pizza is actually a chain restaurant that you can find pretty much anywhere within the nation. And Blaze Pizza is just like one of those really really good restaurants that you can actually create your own pizza for about $10, and then you can add on a drink for a couple more dollars. And I used to throw on all these healthy options, and it doesn't cost you anything because you're creating literally your own pizza for only $10. It was great. I have a close friend that lives in California, and he loved Blaze Pizza too. I mean, it's not a bad deal. $10 for basically your standard like Pizza Hut small little I guess you could say party pizzas in some ways. It was like one of those pizzas that you would get awarded for being in the Scholastic program or whatever. I forget. It was like the smallest pizza you could get. It's like 4 slices. That's basically about the size of it. Maybe it was a little bigger than that, but the point is, um, that's more or less what you got. And to me, it was plenty of food. And sometimes I kind of wish I had a little bit more, but hey, for $10, it wasn't bad. And this was like a gourmet, real made pizza. And this place has been around at Disney Springs for a number of years. I mean, goodness knows Disney Springs has grown quite a bit over the years. Like when I went a couple of months ago, I mean, they had a Sprinkles open, and I was making the comment in my video that if I had come any earlier, I would have waited 6 hours for it, but I waited, what, 10, 15 minutes tops, maybe 5? I don't remember. And then, of course, there was that Ron John Surf Shop that was in there when I went last. Goes to show that Disney Springs has come a long ways. You know, I've told people if you really want to see what Disney Springs looks like, go and look up my YouTube channel. It's the only way to really know. Or look up other YouTubers. Some people don't even know about other YouTubers. But let's go with my favorite. I always like to go give my favorite because that way you guys get an idea of what I recommend. So the barbecue chicken pizza was my favorite. It was chicken, mozzarella, red onion, banana peppers, gorgonzola, whatever that is, barbecue sauce drizzle, high-rise dough or gluten-free dough. Add $2.50 for cauliflower crust or keto crust. Add $4. There's a little minus sign, $10.45. I guess that's how much it is altogether. But that was just like one option. And I really, really enjoyed going there. I've been there like several times, probably more so than number 8, actually. Number 8 is Deluxe Burger over at Disney Springs. So, Deluxe Burger is another one of those places that opened up a number of years ago. That's over in that same exact area as Blaze Pizza. And Deluxe Burger, you can get some really good burgers and fries, and then they make their own hand-spun milkshakes. I've only been there maybe once or twice. I think the first time I ate there was with a friend, and then I went there another time to go charge my phone. I think I had like a cup of water or something like that, but I never really ate there again. They're expensive, but they're pretty good, for their price. I don't remember offhand what I had last time. I think I had like a barbecue burger or a classic cheeseburger. I think I got the classic cheeseburger, which is signature blend beef patty topped with cheddar, lettuce, tomato, grilled onion, and pickle. That was $10.49 just for that. Now, I do kind of remember what I got for their shake, which was a cookies and cream gelato shake. So, vanilla gelato blended with chocolate cookie pieces topped with whipped cream and cookie crumbles. $7.50 for that thing. You're already looking at spending about $20 after taxes just on 2 food items. I don't even think. Yeah, it didn't even come with fries. A large fresh cut fries was $8. A regular was 5. I'm like, Oh yeah, that's right. That's why I didn't go there ever again. Like honestly, if it came down to it, Blaze Pizza is more worth the money than Deluxe Burger. Like Deluxe is really really good if you don't mind spending all that money. But if you want your money's worth, I would highly recommend going to Blaze. Plus, my close friend George is a vegetarian, so that's also why he liked that one better. Anyway, now let's go off to number 9. Number 9 is a place I used to work at about 4 years ago called Dockside Diner, but back in the day it was called Min and Bill's Dockside Diner. I've been intentionally starting each clip with what I used to, or what each one is, like number 9, or and also like which one we're on. That way, when I go back through and editing to edit this, I remember, oh yeah, that's right, this is where I'm at, and then that'll help me edit this a lot quicker. But Min and Bill's Dockside Diner pretty much has been selling the same thing for the past 4 years, which is foot long hot dogs, almost like the next place I'm going to be mentioning, which you guys should be able to figure out in a like very short period of time. But yeah, Min and Bill's Dockside Diner sold like really really good foot long hot dogs. In fact, just in the couple of months that I was there, they added like on like 3 different hot dogs because we had so many guest requests for those that we decided to make it a permanent thing, which I thought was hilarious. And then we served like really, really, really good nachos. So yeah, that was pretty much what we served was hot dogs and nachos. And then we had like this wide variety of alcohol that we served. When I was working there, we had a chocolate and a vanilla Bailey Kahlua. So it's basically chocolate ice cream and vanilla ice cream, and then Kahlua or Bailey and Kahlua. So that was just one option. Then there was another one where you could get like rum and frozen lemonade, which I thought was kind of interesting too. So that's some of the stuff that we sold. Every now and then they would give us free food from there, but it was like very rare. It's not like the Ark Encounter or the Creation Museum. If you actually work inside the restaurant, they give you like 5 minutes to get whatever you can at the end of the night, but you have to actually be working in the restaurant in order to qualify, which I think is probably one of the biggest perks. They've actually saved several employees several $100s on grocery bills. This one guy last night, he had a whole box full, and he took it back to his apartment to share with everybody. Like, now that's, what I like to see, not just from the company, but, from the employees. That just goes to show that, some of these employees have hearts of gold, and, I'm like that a lot too, because I used to bring food home to my parents and my brother. It's like, I don't need any of this. I work with it all the time, and now I work up on the top of the arc, so I don't need any of that stuff. But yeah, Disney most of the time would rather just throw out all their food, which I thought was a waste considering how much food they had at the end of the night. I was told by my dad that Disney would dump out gallons upon gallons of orange juice at the end of the night, wouldn't even care, but that was Disney for you. Anyway, let's go on to finally number 10. I've only eaten here once, so I'm going to go by the best memory that I can about it. Number 10 is Casey's Corner. So the only reason why I ate here is because of that Melissa Fast person that I was, so to speak, dating back a number of years ago, about 4 years ago or so. And it was kind of, one of those awkward situations where a cast member was kind of rude to her. I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't bad enough that she had to over exaggerate. But I mean, on the bright side, I did get myself a free meal at Casey's Corner. I had never eaten there. Their food's really expensive. It's a really cool themed restaurant. I love the costumes. It's kind of cool that they all dress up like 1920s baseball players, but that's besides the point. But yeah, I thought it was kind of cool that we each had our own foot long hot dog, because I was originally trying to decide like what are we going to do for dinner that night? I didn't have a lot of money at the time. And then I got this free meal. I was like, heck yeah. And I didn't even expect to get a free meal. I thought I was going to pay for myself, but no, I got a free meal. And I'm like, okay, this works. And then she had her own free meal, and she was still sad. I was like, how are you still sad, you know? But anyway, it's here or there. It's been years since that happened. I'm not worried about it anymore. But I thought it was, kind of cool. If I remember correctly, I had the chili cheese all beef footlong hot dog, which was a chili cheese all beef footlong hot dog topped with chili and cheddar, served with French fries. So I had both of those, and then I think I also got a free drink out of it too, which I thought was really cool. And normally that was $13.49. I don't remember what it was about 4 years ago. It might have been a little less than that. I mean, we're talking like, how time, or as we go through time, prices tend to fluctuate. It's crazy, But hey, I mean, that's, not bad. I got a free foot-long hot dog out of it, and they definitely don't kid when they say it's foot-long, and that was the same way at Minabelle's Dockside Diner, too. They serve foot-long hot dogs, but I felt like they were a little cheaper, too. But you know how that goes. When I first started working at Minabelle's Dockside Diner, that's actually when we had all of our free food. That was one of the perks about training at a quick service restaurant, was the fact that you got a complimentary meal during your entire training. Pretty much every single day you trained, you got a complimentary meal. Anyway, I do need to go do a little grocery shopping before I go on YouTube at the Creation Museum. Big COVID-19 update. I'm only going to be there maybe 30 minutes to an hour, so not, terrible long time I'll be at the Creation Museum. But I promise that I will get there later today, so you guys will still get to see me again. And with that being said, I will see you guys at the Creation Museum, and I will try to get another vlog done sometime next week. I'll probably do a little bit of filming at Kings Island on May 23rd. I won't be doing an actual legit vlog, unfortunately. I'm hoping to be off on the 24th, which would be the next time that I would actually be able to do another at-home vlog. And I am done with college until June 7th. I almost said June 27th, but I meant to say June 7th. So I do have more free time to be able to do vlogs. It's just a matter of, when do I feel like doing it? Do I feel like coming home and playing video games, or do I feel like coming home and YouTubing? I try not to do YouTube, as you guys know, if my roommates are home. I do have a roommate home right now, but he's in his room with the door closed, so at least I'm not bothering him too much, from my understanding. But if he's out here, I will not YouTube, because I don't want to bother him. Anyway, I gotta go get those groceries purchased. I gotta mow the lawn this evening when the sun goes down. Fortunately, I was out in the sun too much the other day, as you guys remember, when I went out to Covington, so I'm trying to let my skin go back to normal again. As it was, I took a shower this morning. I was like, ow, that hurts. But anyways, really enjoyed doing this vlog with you guys, or for you guys, I should say, and hopefully you found it interesting. Probably won't be doing a Universal one, just not enough restaurants at Universal that I like that are quick service related, unfortunately. Not to my knowledge, anyway. And, anyway, yeah, that's about it.